Yo, yo, what up? It's your girl Joy, the Hip Hop Power Fawn, and welcome to the Lighthouse. We are back with episode 00 Trey, okay? The understanding episode, okay? Do your math. First, we're just gonna get it out of the way. We're gonna talk about the alleged, attempted, on former President Trump's life. Right off of the top, I'm gonna just say I'm not here to debate whether or not it's real or fake. That's not what we're here to do. That is not what we're here to do. Okay. So, boom, you see it. Trump's birth chart. Okay, we're gonna get into the bold fieriness of the fool that he is. You see his chart, right? All of that fire, he is a very fiery person. And you can tell by the way he talks, the way he walks, how he carries himself. Trump is kind of like the physical embodiment of what we would refer to as like unhealthy fire. He's very, I wrote down some words for y'all, okay? Arrogant, egocentric, manic, overzealous, okay? Foolish, obnoxious, and very, very contentious, okay? Anything Trump says is going to be a debate. It's going to be a problem. People going to have two separate opinions. Has the Leo rising, has the Mars in Leo on his ascendant, which makes him like, it's like Mars gone wild or something. Like he just out here doing whatever, okay? He got all of the fire. His moon is in Sagittarius, okay? And he has Pluto also in Leo. That's a lot of fire. Now, Pluto is a universal or collective planet. So, you know, that fire isn't going to be like readily overt, but the personal planets are. But we're going to get into that Pluto in Leo. So, Pluto in Leo. We know that Leo, we talk about this all the time because we talk about people's sun sign, okay, which rules Leo. Trump is entertainment at this point. He's a performer. He was at the rally, you know, he was there to speak to his audience, his fans, his supporters. Those are all Leo crowds of people, I'll say it like that, okay? Because Leos, if you're an entertainer or performer, then obviously you're going to have fans, you're going to have supporters, okay? So the way everything went down, it was like so melodramatic, okay? Like if you are Secret Service and you supposed to be protecting somebody's life, like why would you let them come back up to put a fist in the air? Like, oh my gosh, we are never going to live that down. That is going to be like a historical moment. The other night I was just like, I can't believe like this is where we are politically in this country. I ain't surprised, but I just can't believe that I'm the one that got to live through it. So all of that went down and it didn't do anything but make Trump look like the hero in the eyes of his supporters, his fans, all the people that were there at the rally and those watching on TV, or just, you know, like other supporters who heard about the incident later on. So let's tap in to that Sagittarius moon he has. Oh, wait, not Sagittarius moon. Saturn in Cancer. Let's tap into that because a lot of people think that planets or aspects in your birth chart are going to reflect their own personal behavior, which is understandable because, you know, birth chart is just a map of our solar system at the time you were born. So you are literally like a physical embodiment of all of that energy. And a lot of times what's happening in your birth chart is reflected in the people that you are attracting, the people that are around you. So it's not necessarily you behaving or acting out what's in your birth chart. The people around you could be doing that. And you are just like the observer, the witness. So Saturn in Cancer. Saturn is all about being like a master of your craft, okay? Like the authority. And essentially it's about ambition and reaching your goals. So in a lot of ways, to a lot of people, Trump is successful. Okay, I mean, shoot. As smart as Trump is and you made it to the White House, I would say you are extremely successful, okay? So he is also, because he's former president, he is also a politician, which in turn reflects what? Moon and Sagittarius. I think that's probably why I said it, because it was on my mind. But y'all know I'm looking at my notes. So Moon and Sagittarius. Moon is who you are. It's all about the past, right? But Sagittarius is all about the truth, a higher truth, moral judgment, ethics, truth. A lot of those things Trump lacks. Okay? So sometimes it's not necessarily planets or signs or whatever. They don't describe who you are. They describe the antithesis of who you are. That's the thing about astrology. There are just like so many variables that you're just not going to be able to pinpoint it. You can kind of guess, but sometimes that's why for me personally, I think it's better to just interpret events as they are happening instead of trying to predict them, because you get into shaky ground when you're trying to do predictions. I mean, some people can do it. Some people can do it. Not saying that I can't. I just don't, because I like to err on the side of the caution. Okay, so Saturn and Cancer, go back. Saturn, Trump is an old man. Okay, that is a character archetype of Saturn, old man. Okay, he is very emotionally responsive. Okay, and that's the Cancerian / Moon energy. And when I say emotionally responsive, I mean, if you say something to Trump, he gonna say something back. He not gonna hold his tongue. He's very outspoken. He gonna say how he feels, okay? Cancer is a water sign, okay? And when you challenge his authority, oh, he coming at you with everything he got. He don't care what he's saying. He gonna get impulsive. He gonna be belligerent. He gonna say a lot of unintelligible things, okay? Just to kind of get under your skin because you got under his. Now I'm just gonna go down a list or a few more verbs to kind of describe Trump's Saturn in Cancer. Inconsistent, manipulative, covert, insecure. And here is what gets me. These are all Cancerian words, right? Patriotic, traditional, okay? And what those patriotic, traditional people in this country, okay, they romanticize the past. They try to make it seem like, oh, well, slavery wasn't that bad. They were just maids and butlers. No, that's not what happened. That's why you got all of this DEI and they're trying to ban all of this, because they don't want you to know the real. Their kids are being so hurt by the atrocities that the people in their bloodline committed that they are just going to try to blank it all out and make it seem like everything was just peaches and cream and the Africans came over on the ship they built. Okay? If you let them tell it, okay? But they cling to the past because that's all they have. They don't have anything else, okay? They're holding on to their own traditions, their own personal values, which in this time are a bit corrupt, but they don't care. They don't care. But the Pluto in Leo, that's how you can see kind of where the attempt, okay, on his life was made. We know Pluto was the planet of death, right? But he was operating in a Leo capacity. He was on a stage at a rally, performing and entertaining his fans and supporters, okay? Right? I know, right? So I've been watching the RNC. I fell asleep on it last night. Well, y'all watching this a few days after I'm recording this, okay? Yeah, I watched it. I fell asleep. I fell asleep on old Sarah Huckabee. Is she doing the Ozempic? I don't know. I don't know. Allegedly, she look a little in ear, look a little thin, look a little frail. I don't know. Maybe she was sick. Y'all let me know in the comments. I don't know. I ain't keeping up with the governor of Arkansas. I'm so sorry. Now, next up in more important news, the YSL trial about to be over. Okay. Them people is wilding out, okay? They is wilding out. They is wilding out down there in Atlanta. They wilding out, baby. The judge done been removed. Then they assigned the judge, and then she recused herself, and don't nobody want to be caught up in this mess, okay? It's a whole mess, okay? So we are going to look at Young Thug Jeffrey's birth chart, okay? Here you go, right here on the screen. Young Thug, okay? He is an entertainer. He's a performer. Like, literally, that's what he gets paid to do, right? But right now, you know, you see that Aries aspect? He is literally fighting for his life, fighting for his freedom, fighting to survive this whole ordeal. Okay, that's Aries. Freedom, fighting, warrior. I mean, he looked fine in court or whatever. You know, y'all done seen the clips and stuff, like, look, making eye contact with the camera, giving us content throughout. Still kind of performing in a way, okay? And I know the defendants have been giving TikTok a run for its money, okay? There is content with this YSL case. I'm trying to tell you. But let's get into the chart. So obviously, when you are going through a court case, you're going to hire what? A lawyer, okay? That is Virgo energy. He hired a lawyer that is going to be an expert in the field, someone who is efficient and competent, that knows what they're doing. And just because you got money don't mean you hiring a competent lawyer that know what they're doing. You could just be throwing money at a dummy. Okay? There's a lot of rich dummies out here. We just talked about one of them in that previous segment. So, of course, there's a lot of Virgonian energy happening, okay? When you're on trial, people are examining your every move. They're probing you with a bunch of questions. They're analyzing you. They're scrutinizing you. All of those things to determine whether or not you are, in fact, what? Innocent, okay? But the thing is, the big highlight here is the technicality, okay, in which Thug and all the defendants will likely get off. Okay, we're gonna get into it. No, pause. Is that I'm supposed to say? I ain't gonna say no homo. I guess I'll say pause because I said get off. I don't know. Whatever. So, boom. Let's talk about this double jeopardy situation. So, the first judge, I remember seeing this on the news or whatever. The first judge, he met with the prosecutors unbeknownst to the defense, which you cannot do. He met with them privately, and the prosecutor found out, right? And so he said something to the judge in court one day, and basically, you know, they had like this back and forth. The judge ended up having the lawyer arrested. He spent a few minutes, hours or whatever it is, in jail. He a lawyer, so you know he was gonna get out. The lawyer probably knew he would go to jail, but he just was pressing it because he an expert. He doing what he supposed to do, right? Lawyers are performers too, okay? Anytime you got to get in front of an audience or a group of people, you are performing, even if it's just for one person, okay? Lawyers are performers too. So he went to jail for those few minutes, okay? And, you know, it's just been a whole thing ever since the whole situation, like the case, kind of like the trial, just been on pause, okay? So the judge had to be taken off the case, the original judge, the black guy, right? So they assigned recently, this was just like last week or a few days ago, they assigned Judge Shakura L. Ingram, very highly decorated. She got all of these accolades. She's been worked in the DA's office, I think it was. Yes, she is part of the bar association down there. She done served as chair of all these boards. She's good, okay? But she looked at that case and she said, absolutely not. Bing, and handed it off to the next person. We don't know who the next person gonna be, but she said it ain't gonna be me, baby. It will not be me, because she don't want to be part of that circus. She do not want to be part of that circus. You know why? You see that Saturn retrograde right there in his birth chart. You see that, and what's happening right now with Saturn? Retrograde. Okay, he was born during the Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. Saturn right now is retrograde in Pisces, but the signs don't necessarily really matter, during retrogrades, like how you want to evaluate them. Like if you're born during a Mercury retrograde, you shouldn't be fearful of a Mercury retrograde because you were born into the energy. You know how to navigate the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, the in and out of the energy. So you're good. He's good. He is good. And the fact that the way things are happening, this is right up Saturn retrograde in Aquarius's alley. Let's get into it. First off, in order to get off or beat this case, he would need some kind of breakthrough. Okay, and double jeopardy, if that ain't a breakthrough, because the thing is, double jeopardy, you can't ever be tried for this ever again. And this is a RICO case. A mistrial, yes, you can be retried, but not double jeopardy. It's over. It would be done for, okay? So that is the breakthrough that he needed. Obviously, Aquarius is a very liberal energy, okay? They really fight in the power, okay? And we also have unconventional and a fresh perspective. Those two things, unconventional and fresh perspective, that is what whoever the incoming judge, that is what they're going to need. That is who they will have to be liberal. They'll have to kind of be unconventional because this case, okay, as far as we know, is very unconventional, okay? He or she is going to have a new perspective. Not having watched it on the news, I don't know how hard that is, how easy that is down there, because I'm sure, judges and lawyers, they talk, so they know what's going on, okay? But fresh perspective, okay? We're just going to say that they're coming in fresh perspective. But like I said, the whole case, the whole trial has just been so like bizarre, like the crazy, not crazy things, but we think it's funny. Okay. When the defendants take the stand, like, bruh, like giving the vague answers. I don't know. I just go with the flow. If you know anything about me, how you gonna ask me, do you want me to tell you the truth? I can't tell you the truth. Okay. It's been very wild, to say the least, okay? So look at that Jupiter, okay? Jupiter is conjunct the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. What? That's a lot of personal planets getting a bigger eye on them. I'll say it like that, okay? Just getting like more attention. I mean, this is a big case. Young Thug is a big celebrity, okay? People love Jeffrey, okay? Skirts and all, okay? This has been all over the news. That's Mercury. Advertising, publicity. It's been on social media. It's on TV. It is everywhere. You cannot escape it. Well, within the culture. I don't know outside the culture because I eat, sleep, and breathe the culture, so I don't know nothing else. Now, if everything goes great for Jeffrey, he gets the breakthrough of double jeopardy, okay, that he, I'm sure, is hoping for, okay, then Venus, all of his money and the material things that he has acquired, okay, being an entertainer, he will be able to return to that comfortable living, okay, that lifestyle, okay, because right now he ain't got it. Because he in jail. Okay, he ain't got it. I'm sure he would love it. But I think he coming back, y'all, real soon, real soon. Hey, it's me again. We're going to take a pause here so I can promote some of my stuff and my things. You guys can hopefully click the links in the description box and make a purchase. Today, we have incantation t-shirts. Okay, these are spells that I wrote myself, okay, on various colored t-shirts for the entire chakra system, okay? We got red for love, we got orange, yellow, we got the green for the money spell. This is the black with the protection spell. We got purple for the wisdom. We got blue, yellow, did I say yellow? I'm pretty sure I said yellow. And we have a white for cleansing and brown for grounding. Okay, when you need some stability, when you need some protection and you don't have time to do a spell, you just throw on your incantation t-shirt, okay, and it will protect you and guide you and lead you throughout this trying time. Okay, now If you want a tarot reading, chakra reading, personal reading, any kind of reading, I also have pre-recorded exclusive collective readings. Okay, we're getting ready for the 8/8 portal. Okay, there will be a collective reading for that energy as well. And just like all my other collective readings, they are only $5.55. Okay, just like Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us video, 555. Okay, remember back in the day, they used to be like, dial 555 and a whole bunch of random numbers. Yeah, okay. So go ahead, click the link in the description box. After you finish watching this episode, make a purchase, and I'll see you soon. So next up, in the land of the rich white man, we have Alec Baldwin going to trial, and the media is calling it the Rust case. If you don't remember, I'm sure you do, Alec Baldwin was charged. Okay, I don't know what he was charged with, but he ended someone's life, okay, on the set of a movie he was filming titled Rust, okay? A camera operator, rest in peace to her. My condolences to her family. Okay, so I do have Alec Baldwin's birth chart, but we don't have the birth time, so we can't really talk about any of the aspects or anything like that, just kind of like the general placements. But it's some interesting stuff. So he has Saturn in Jupiter and Sagittarius in Libra. That's like, if you need all of the courts on your side, you got Saturn, you got Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, and Libra. All of the court side energies are there, and I think they're going to operate in his favor just because of racism, okay, and sexism too, okay. I ain't gonna throw that out. Okay, some of y'all probably didn't even know that the freaking case has started because they are not giving any kind of promotion. This is not being publicized. This is like they keeping it hush hush under wraps so he can go on about his business while the family of the deceased is mourning. Objective witness is what he's gonna need, and that is a very Aquarian energy. Objective witness is somebody who can be a witness and attest to, you know, what happened without bias. Now, I don't know. I just feel like whoever they get on the stand, I'm sure they got sent a little brown paper bag. Okay? I'm sure Alec Baldwin got some of the best lawyers in the country, okay, because he got the money to do it. He got the presentation, okay, for it, okay. So unlike Young Thug, Alec Baldwin is not fighting for his life. He's not fighting for no survival. He is not fighting for his freedom. He's likely going to get off. He's not going to go to jail, y'all. Alec Baldwin is absolutely not going to jail. I can see them making him pay and maybe making him do like some kind of fake probation or parole or whatever you want to call it. But he ain't going to jail. He is not getting no time. He's going to go right back home. Okay, he ain't been in jail the whole time waiting on the trial. He been at home chilling. You notice you haven't seen him out in the media. You haven't seen him in the public. Paparazzi, nothing. Ain't nobody been popping up on Alec Baldwin. Okay, they is not playing. They made sure that he was not available for public or media consumption in order to not come off as insensitive, rude, arrogant, or outspoken, even if he feels like, man, I ain't do that shit. You know, even if he feel a kind of way, he's an actor. Okay, he know how to hone it in. He know how to focus. Okay, and play the part. Okay, so you see, he has Mercury on the cusp, right, in between Aries and Taurus. Okay, safety and security. That's Taurus. Note, on the set, the whole reason this trial is happening is because there was no safety. There was no security. I mean, there might have been security, but you know what I mean. The safety protocols were not in place whatsoever, and that's why we are here. He is coming across as gentle, solid, reserved, and that is an attempt to convey his innocence, even though he actually did pull the trigger. They trying, I guess, to see if it was an accident. I mean, I don't think he did it on purpose. I do think it was an accident, but the lack of safety, like, why are you pointing a gun at, I don't know about y'all, but I learned at a young age, you know, thank God, not through no trauma or whatever, but I learned at a young age, when you are handling a firearm, don't point it at nobody. Don't even point it at the wall, because you know who on the other side. You point it down, onto the floor, on the ground. Okay, everybody knows that, but apparently Alec doesn't, even though he has been trained to handle weapons. I'm just saying, okay? And a firearm is a very, very Aries thing, okay? Metal, bullets, speed, fire. That's Aries right there. That's all Aries right there, okay? So we're going to wrap it up with his Pluto retrograde in Virgo. Do you see it? Okay? He's trying to convey a positive self-image, but that is dead. Okay? Virgo's positive self-image, Pluto killed it. It's over. It's dead. Okay? He was born during the Pluto retrograde, and guess who retrograde right now? Pluto. Not a coincidence. Okay? His positive self-image, he is, you know, Alec Baldwin is a long-standing, long-time Hollywood actor that comes from a long line of legendary actors, right? And so after this, I feel like, I'm pretty sure, you know, the admiration level for him went down, okay? People aren't giving him the same amount of attention anymore. Like, things have shifted a bit, but not enough for him in the future to not get any work in Hollywood. Okay, even if you don't see him on screen, I bet you he can be a producer. I bet you he can be an EP. Hell, I bet he could even direct something if he wanted to. That's just how things work in this country, okay? So I know we didn't talk about sports this time. I felt like the first 2 episodes I probably sports y'all out. But I do want to say, Jaylen Brown not being picked for Team USA is egregious oversight. But whatever. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. But what I will get into is the age of Aquarius, okay? So age of Aquarius, we're in it or whatever, right? And so people have this disagreement. There's a little contention, little word, as to when it actually started. Age of Aquarius, some people say it happened in the 70s, 80s, 90s, blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, this whole new wave of technology is hitting us. And the last time Pluto retrograde, I mean, last time we had, well, no, we wasn't even live. We don't know. But there's a lot of technology, the evolution of AI and all of that stuff and blah, blah, blah. But for me, okay, as I don't even know if I'm a millennial or not, because y'all pick and choose what generation y'all want to be in every day. Gen X, Gen Z, millennial, whatever. It took me back to when I used to download music. And that started in high school. Right? People was burning CDs in high school. We didn't really have LimeWire and Kazaa yet. Kazaa. I don't even think Napster was out just yet. Okay? But you could download CDs. I was getting my people to burn me CDs. Okay? For sure. Like, this is my playlist. This is what I want. Bam. Get it. Right? And so I watched this documentary on Paramount Plus, okay, called How Music Got Free, okay? It's only 2 episodes, 1 hour each, okay? I wish more people would have been a part of it, but you see who is involved in making this little mini documentary, because it's a book about it, and so they just wanted to make sure that their perspective was heard, but it's kind of one-sided. You know, they did have the people who started this whole free music situation. You need to thank them, okay, that you even have DSPs, because without them, you wouldn't have it. The DSPs are there to just regulate it. That's all. The music is still technically free for us it's crazy because at the very center of all the controversy is he's an engineer. He's an engineer, okay? I'm gonna call him an engineer. A black man from the rural South, okay? He was making it happen. And I'm glad he made, well, I ain't gonna say I'm glad he made it happen. You know, I didn't mind buying CDs. This is what I knew. I like having physical copies. I'm an analog girl in a digital world. Shout out to Ebadu. But this documentary really, really highlights like everything that was happening during that time. Because I'm telling you, I was downloading full albums. By the time I went to college, I crashed my roommate's computer burning CDs. I set it up while I'm in class, gone. By the time I get from class from a few hours through the day, boom, got albums on albums on albums. Okay, I ain't gonna tell y'all what I got because I ain't, you know. But also in the documentary, it shows you how there's a discrepancy in our court system based on your ethnicity. The whole reason I wanted to bring this up is because, you know, we're in the age of Aquarius now, you know, free music has been ushered in. And so this year, is it this year or last year, hip hop 50 years old, right? And so that is the Sagittarius era of life, like right in the middle. I think from 46 to like 54 is the Sagittarius time of your life. Okay, and so now, bring hip hop's birth chart, and we're gonna come back to this because, you know, that's what we're here for. Hip hop power fund, that's what we do. It's at the core of everything that we're going to be discussing over these next several 100,000 episodes. Okay, so we're going to hold on to this. Okay, hip hop is 50, Sagittarius era. What does that come with? Now I feel like a lot of the MCs from when I grew up in the 90s, they're older, they're wiser. Okay, people are more willing now to be open and tell the truth and say, oh yeah, I wrote this rhyme for XYZ, because now it's not a big deal to have somebody else write your rhymes. But whatever, I know the real ones wrote theirs. Okay, so the truth, people are kind of teaching what they have learned in the industry. Okay, they are able to counsel the young MCs. They are able to advise the young new up and coming rappers. Like some of them, not all, everybody ain't open to being a mentor, okay, in the entertainment industry, because some people scared you're gonna take their spot. I mean, it is what it is. But to be a successful rapper in this day and age, you have to do something different. It's not necessarily anything different. You just got to break through all the noise. Your words, your rhymes, they have to have purpose. They have to have meaning. You have to be conscious. Well, not be conscious. I mean, yeah, but you have to have a conscience, okay? You have to have abstract wordplay, okay? You have to be prophetic. That is how you stand out. And I love that. I love that. You got to be willing to tell the truth. You have to have a high level of moral capacity, able to judge right from wrong and stand on the side of right. You have to have a higher level of thinking, okay? I ain't talking elementary school raps. I'm talking PhD level type stuff. Multiple PhDs if you can, okay? So I ain't gonna hold y'all. That was a really good episode, guys. I tried to keep it short. Okay? Because I wanted to make sure, okay, that I was gonna have enough storage, okay, to record this episode and get it out to y'all in a decent time. Okay? After last week, I had to adjust the schedule. I was like, I ain't doing that again. Got my people waiting all late, missing all the clicks and views I could be getting from being right there on the cusp of the daggone situation. But that was great. Don't forget your incantation t-shirts. Also still got some graffiti oracle decks left. I decided I'm probably going to write a book and get started on that tarot deck that I stopped working on. So see y'all next time. Peace.